Well, and the questions on floods and the El Nino, the response continues to dominate and occupy our time and minds and space. I'm joined now by Yusuf Farah, who's Wajir West Member of Parliament. Yusuf, good evening and welcome. Thank you for making time to talk to us. Talk to me about what's happening around First Wajir West and around the areas of Northeast, which have been heavily impacted by floods.
Thank you, James. As you are aware, things are not looking good. If I talk about Wajir West, although I must talk about the whole Kenya who are suffering in the same fate, but Wajir West, as we speak today, 80% of Wajir West are cut off from the rest of this country. No food, no medicine, no aid, no electricity, nothing. For the last 20 days, most of the villages in Wajir West, no vehicle went there and no vehicle left. So that means you can imagine the food or anything that was taken 20 days ago has already been exhausted. And people have nothing completely. They are only relying on maybe animal milk, which is not even now possible because of even the animals have been isolated from the people themselves or the villages. And the problem is becoming worse. It is too painful for us. And we made a lot of appeal to this government. It never came to their mind that the situation might be this worse. So
I'm asking us on this point because the Met Department for the last 8 months consistently told us that there will be El Nino rains and these rains would be a lot. And this is, it was supposed to, sort of serve as a warning. Did you receive, as Member of Parliament, I suppose, when you're part of this structure and you receive these warnings, and did government, county government, national government put up any plans? Was there any contingency plans? Did anyone think about this?
My brother, as you're aware, the weatherman predicted this thing long ago, as you said, 8 months ago. But the president himself came out and said there will be no El Nino. That was the turning point of the whole preparedness. So everybody decided to listen to the president. I don't know who misadvised him at that particular time. And that made every department or everybody within this country not to think that the weatherman was correct. But today, the weatherman was vindicated by God. There is El Nino everywhere. The worst hit areas are northern Kenya counties, Wajir, Mandera, and Garissa. Initially, when this happened, just some 3 weeks ago, we appealed to many departments in this country. We had a meeting with the CS devolution, ASAL. We had a meeting with the Minister of Roads. We had meetings with Red Cross. We tried to engage the Deputy President, but he never allowed us to meet him or even hear us. Nothing forthcame. It's only Red Cross who tried their best with the little resource they had. And the county government of Wajir and county government of Garissa and county government of Mandera did a wonderful work. They did their best, but they were overwhelmed. Their capacity was minimal. They did because they don't have, most of the roads have been washed away. So you can imagine somebody has no plane or aircraft to transport food from one point to another, and he can't use the normal means. All the roads, initially, there were no roads in the first place in northern Kenya. There was successive marginalization of those parts of this country. We have been saying. But now we can still see the same manifesting itself at the moment. If I may take you back just some weeks ago before the rains, there was a demolition that happened in Nakuru overnight, during the night. The following morning, the Deputy President of this country was there, sacking people and telling people not to demolish other people's home. But in northern Kenya, we were crying for help. During the drought, nothing happened. It's only the resilience of those people in northern Kenya, God has helped them to overcome.
Why do you think there's no response? What is this reason why would you say the government is not treating the flood situation in northeastern Kenya worst hit, because the whole country is being pumped by rain.
I believe there is no connection in the national government to the people of North.
Explain that. What does that mean?
It means people, to my belief or my understanding, if you see today the budget, Kenyan budget, only 15% goes to the county government. 85% remain in the national government. Out of that 85%, it is 0.001% that goes to the northern Kenya. What does that tell you? Why is that happening for 60 years of independence? Today, as we speak, the roads have been washed away, demolished completely. No health facility, all submerged and marooned by water, all village.
Right.
You will not see the Minister of Roads coming out and explaining anything to the people.
I understood on that thought. We saw a technical problem with you on the microphone, but we'll be right back, taking a short break. I do have Yusuf Farah, who's the Wajir West MP, and he's talking about the flood situation in the north, the whole country, and worst impacted areas in the north country. We're taking a short break. We'll be right back. Please don't go too far.